Good morning, good evening, friends. Welcome to my channel, Ek Kitab Se Ek Moti, which in English means a pearl or gem from one book. Today, I'm going to read a few paragraphs from the book Make Today Count, written by John C. Maxwell. John C. Maxwell is considered an expert in the field of leadership and attitude. Some of his books also relate to the different ways of thinking. So if you're interested in his other books, you can Google his name and find out what other great books he has written, and then read them and take advantage of his wisdom. You can also listen to some of his talks available on YouTube, and you will definitely reap the benefits and rewards of listening to him. So let me just read a few paragraphs from the introduction section, and then we'll have a brief discussion on what we read. Introduction. Make today a masterpiece. How would you describe your life? Are you achieving what you desire? Are you accomplishing the things that are important to you? Do you consider yourself a success? How do your prospects look for the future? So he begins with many questions, I think 4 questions. If I could come to your house and spend just one day with you, I would be able to tell whether or not you will be successful. You could pick the day. You could pick the day. If I got up with you in the morning and went through the day with you, watching you for 24 hours, I could tell in what direction your life is headed. When I tell this to people at conferences, there is always a strong reaction. Some people are surprised, some get defensive because they think I would be making a snap judgment about them. A few get ticked off because they think my claim sounds arrogant. Others are simply intrigued and desire to know why I make such a statement. The answer lies in the fact that the secret of your success is determined by your daily agenda. Now, it's important to understand in what sense he's using this word agenda, because the word agenda has several meanings, right? So I was just looking up this word in the American Heritage Dictionary. So I think this is one of the definitions that he has in mind. A program of things to be done or considered. A program of things to be done or considered. So that's what he has in mind in this context. The answer lies in the fact that the secret of your success is determined by your daily agenda. If you make a few key decisions and then manage them well in your daily agenda, you will succeed. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. You see, success doesn't just suddenly occur one day in someone's life. For that matter, neither does failure. Each is a process. Every day of your life is merely preparation for the next. What you become is a result of what you do today. In other words, you are preparing for something. The way you live your life today is preparing you for your tomorrow. The question is, what are you preparing for? Are you grooming yourself for success or failure? As my father used to tell me when I was growing up, you can pay now and play later, or you can play now and pay later, but either way, you are going to pay. The idea was that you can play and take it easy and do what you want today, but if you do, your life will be harder later. However, if you work hard now on the front end, then you will reap rewards in the future. The makings of a masterpiece. You can make every day of your life a masterpiece. Isn't that idea appealing? The question is how. What does it take? I believe there are 2 ingredients necessary to make every day a masterpiece: decisions and discipline. They are like 2 sides of the same coin. You could call them goal setting and goal getting. And they can't be separated because one is worthless without the other. I say that because now he gives certain equations. Let me see if I can show you on the screen. So these are the equations. Good decisions minus daily discipline, a plan without a payoff. So what does payoff mean? I mean, it has several meanings, in fact 6 meanings according to the American Heritage Dictionary. I think he has these in mind. the return on an investment or the benefit gained as a result of a previous action. So good decisions without daily discipline equals a plan without a payoff. Daily discipline minus good decisions equals regimentation without reward. Let me read it again. Daily discipline minus good decisions equals regimentation without reward. What is regimentation? Let's look up the word in the dictionary. To put things into systematic order, or to subject people to strict control and rigid order. That's what I think he has in mind. And the last equation is this: good decisions plus daily discipline is equal to a masterpiece of potential. Time is an equal opportunity employer, but how we treat time is not equal. Time is like a block of marble. Give a block of marble to an average person, and you end up with a block of marble. But put it in the hands of a master sculptor and watch what happens. The sculptor looks at it with an artist's eye. First, he makes decisions about what it will be. Then he practices the disciplines of his craft until he has transformed lifeless stone into a masterpiece. I believe you and I can become the sculptor. We can learn to become master craftsmen, not of stone, but of our lives. So the equation that works is this: good decisions plus daily discipline is equal to a masterpiece of potential. So let us discuss this great text, and then I'll recapitulate and then close the video, close the talk today. So the key ingredient for success is your daily agenda. That is, you first decide what you want to do on a daily basis, and then you do it. So let's just discuss these concepts in some detail. Success doesn't happen overnight, neither does failure. So each of these is a process. So you succeed by daily discipline, and you fail by a daily indiscipline. So it's very important to understand what we need to do daily in order to succeed, and what we need to avoid daily in order to avoid failure. So what John Maxwell says, for that you need to have a proper agenda for your day. That is, what are the things you're going to do every day. And the reason why focusing on every day is important is because it's very important to understand that life consists of days. Life comprises days, and days compose life. Now, you need to understand the right usage of these words, comprise and compose. So, the set comprises its members, and members compose the set. So, we can say this: days compose life, and life comprises days. So it's not that we suddenly will wake up one day and we'll find ourselves successful, or we'll suddenly wake up one day and we'll find ourselves a failure. I mean, failing in life. So it's all a process, and you can change the direction of your life any day you want, provided you are willing to stick to that decision, or stick with that decision and continue to do the right things on a daily basis. That's where motivation helps, and that's where a long-term goal helps. That's where forcing ourselves to do what we ought to do helps, instead of being distracted and being lazy and avoiding doing things that are needed. Now, this happens with everyone. Sometimes, despite our willingness to do the right things daily, we don't do them. There might be many reasons. We feel this motivation to do the right thing for a few days, just like the New Year resolutions, right? On the first day of the year, you'll find that people are excited about the new year. They have plans to go to the gym or go for a walk daily, or to exercise, and to think about their budget and take care of their finances, and set new goals for their lives, and work hard to achieve those goals. But all those things happen for a few days, and then very few are able to maintain that momentum and are able to continue doing the right things on a daily basis. So that's where this book will help you. So you need to first decide what you need to do on a daily basis, and then you need to discipline yourself in order to follow through, in order to carry out that decision, and act on those decisions. So that's what John Maxwell has to say in this book. Now he is also given a set of areas, or he calls them the daily dozen. So he mentions 12 things that you need to decide about, or you need to make decisions related to these 12 areas. Now I'm not going to explain them. I'll just mention the 12 areas that John Maxwell considers are important for our daily decisions and daily discipline. So we need to decide 12 things that we are going to do, or decide what we are going to do in these 12 areas, and then we need to act. We need to execute those plans or decisions. Attitude, in the area of your attitude, priorities, health, family, thinking. We can spend some time daily thinking what we need to do right, and if there is anything that we can do in a better way, and so on. Commitment, finances, faith, relationships, generosity, values, and growth. Now, these are subjective areas, so depending on your inclinations and disposition and your ways of thinking, you decide what areas you need to decide on, or your agenda needs to be planned accordingly. That is based on the areas that you want to focus on a daily basis. So let me just recapitulate. So your life will will either be successful or be a failure, depending on your daily agenda, what you plan to do on a daily basis. So you need to keep this equation in mind, bear this in mind. Good decisions plus daily discipline is equal to a masterpiece of potential. And you need to decide on what you want to do, and then you need to have the discipline to execute those decisions or plans. So he calls them goal setting and goal getting. That's what all the books on success also talk about. Like, first you imagine what you want to be like in all the areas of your life. That is, what are plans? They're just mental pictures. You have them in your mind or maybe on paper, but somewhere you store that image, so that you want to transform your life so that it gets closer and closer to that image, so that you design your life, and then you become the architect of your own design, and you become the you execute that, and use the material of your life, your time, your talent, your ability, your opportunities, and then you erect a building based on that design. That is, it's just an analogy. So you can learn from so many things that are happening around us, and based on that you can kind of just clarify the process of goal setting. So to conclude, come up with some good decisions, make good decisions, then have the discipline to execute those decisions, and do that on a daily basis, and that will change your life. I'll make another video on the day before vacation attitude that can increase your employment security in a no job security world. So just I hope the video will come out soon. So thanks for watching today's video.